finances are a big concern. No matter where you go, you'll hear about costs and you'll hear about how difficult it is for young people to come together and start a household. And I see it, and I'm sure you see it too, every day of your life. Not only are money issues relevant right now, but they're big in marriage. Number 2 reason that couples split or divorce is due to finances. And this is why I find it so hard to understand why when people are dating, they're taboo about talking about their money, about what's important. I mean, according to polls, most couples do want to know what the other person has, what debts they have, how they manage money. But usually they hold off talking about that. They hold off until it's almost too late. Either one of the partners has seen evidence that their partner is not a saver, that their partner's reckless with money, or they've been privy to it by hearing their partner complain about their credit score or anything else. And God forbid if the two of you decide to make it work and you buy a house together and one of you has debt that is so enormous, what do you do as a partner? Like, is it okay to say, hey, wait a minute, I didn't sign up for this? Well, a better option is if you get brave and you actually talk about it. Because if you think about it, if you're going to invest in this person in a relationship, then you have every right to know what their credit score is, what their, how they save, what is their financial plan? Are they reckless with money? Or do they respect it and budget well? And are they willing to live below their means? I have some do's and don'ts that I think are really important. And I would start these when I'm first dating. That way your partner knows how you feel about money. And it's not that your whole life is about money, but rather that you respect it and you know the power of it and you know how it can disrupt your relationship. So the first do is set financial goals. When you're dating this person, not only for the relationship, but for yourself, talk about your finances and have goals. Tell them how you save for things, how you budget. I think that should be a date night topic. I think the two of you should talk about it. Makes you look more responsible, and it's going to flush out anybody who's flaky or who really isn't good with their money. And they may say something curse like, wow, you sure value money. Well, as long as they see that you're responsible with it, that it's not that you're tight with it, but rather that you have a respect for it and you understand that you can save with it, that it's important for your survival. I think that's really a good point to address with them. Financial stability. I think it's important that you talk about, what you do with your money. Do you have a retirement account? What are your savings? Do you spend money frivolously, or do you really think about how you're spending money? Follow a set budget. If the two of you are together, whether you're cohabitating or you're planning to, get engaged, get married, I think having a set budget, the two of you, what you can afford, what you want, what you also agree to basically save, is going to help you commit and be more connected romantically and intimately because you're on the same page. You're saving for the same thing. And be financially independent. You should never get into a relationship because you need a bailout. That's not what a relationship is for. And the only kind of person you'll attract in that is someone who has a manipulative way that they're going to work on you. So until you get financially independent, don't think necessarily about forming a life with another person. Because until you're on your own and you are able to do it, you have nothing to give another person who may be ready at that step that you're still lagging behind. I think the don'ts, what you shouldn't do, is you shouldn't have a lack of savings. Like if you get into relationships and you're living day by day, you're telling your partner, I'm barely surviving. And I would love to join you and share your funds, but as far as me, I'm hanging on by the grit of my teeth. I don't think that's going to be a healthy relationship. One person is going to have all the power in that relationship. They might not state it, but they will feel it and they will have it. And unless you're going to work something out where you're going to stay in this relationship and continue to save and budget for yourself so you can be independent of this person, then I think that relationship may be able to go the miles. But just to be with somebody so you won't go under, that's setting you up for a failure. Second, personal debt. If you have personal debt, it's important you're honest about it and that you don't think about joining or starting a household with this huge debt you have. If you get married and you have a personal debt, your partner's going to assume that debt. And if you hide it or you keep it secret, you're speaking volumes about the kind of person you are, what's really important to you, what you really prioritize. So be honest, be transparent with that debt, and make sure you get to show your partner plans you have, goals you have to pay that down independently of them. If you have bad spending habits, if you're a spender and you're with someone who saves money, who's responsible, I can tell you what your main source of conflict is going to be in this relationship. It's going to be about money. And that is never a good way to start a relationship because you already know what's underneath it. Much better for you to get financial counseling so that you can learn how to budget your money, spend wiser, and not have everything you hear about it. Most people who have bad spending habits also have an inability to feel good about themselves. At their core, they feel they're never enough, so they get into buying things to boost them, to make them feel better about themselves. And financial compatibility. Many couples talk about, well, we're living together to see if we're compatible with a relationship. They learn when each other likes to sleep, when each other likes to get up, when each other brushes their teeth. Those things don't matter in an intimate relationship. What matters is, do you agree on how to use money? Do you agree on what needs we have? Can you agree on where we should spend our money? And can we agree to save money, what our goals are? Can we live below our means and not keep up with other people on social media so that we can be responsible and happy and avoid conflict in our relationship? This is the part of financial therapy that I think is just so important, and it is a big deal. Don't let anybody tell you that money's not everything in a relationship. It's not everything in a relationship, but it's a lot. And to minimize it is not being honest about long-term love. If this video is helpful for you, please subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much.